What's up, guys? We're back, baby! Let's go!
We are back.
All right! Let's go!
I'm so pumped.
Welcome.
I think we went back and counted, and I think this is like number 19 or something.
This is
like
number
that.
19. You know what?
But it's been 2 months.
I'll be honest with you, this is like more than like I ever thought this was gonna go. I didn't think we were gonna make it to 19, if I'm being honest with you.
And Vegas had us at the over under for 5. So we've hit the over a long time ago.
Did they? Hopefully you guys jumped on that while you could.
Oh, I did. I put in $1,000, and so my return was $1,000.01.
Let's go, baby.
Big time.
Let's go. We're big time.
Big time.
Yeah, so thanks for everyone for joining us today. It is Monday, January 4th, and when honestly, the break we took was probably the worst time we could have taken a break because so much went down in the last few months with
a ton.
everything, and that's like the worst
right.
timing. But we had stuff going on. We made it a goal going into 2020. One of our New Year's resolutions was to get the podcast to get going again, and that's what we want to do for you guys. And we want to definitely step up our game. So
here it is.
Here it is. We're back. We'll back.
See you guys next week.
All right. See you guys. Yep.
Yeah, see you later.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess we like NFL season's wrapped up, or at least regular season. So I know I could have rocked. I had to rock the.
Go
I rocked the Sonics today.
I love it.
Had to.
What they say this was? Was this number 5 for Pete? The 5th division title that he got?
I think so.
I think that was it. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, because like I was seeing that he tied Holmgren with his 5th playoff appearance or division title. Okay. So now he's on the same level as Holmgren now. And
that's awesome.
Before that, it was a crazy number. Like we only won before Pete and Holmgren, we only had 2 division titles. That's why I get mad when people get so upset about like the Seahawks and stuff. Like you gotta like appreciate for what we have right now.
Yeah, but it kind of makes me excited too because I think we finally gotten to the stage where like we always expect like really good football from the Seahawks. So when we don't get it, like it's nice to finally be at that standard for a little bit. But
that's true, yeah. But people on Twitter just make me really mad with like just freaking out about every little thing. Like if you gave me 12-4 and a division title coming into the year, I would have taken it in a freaking heartbeat.
Big time. I mean, even when we talked about after the Jamal Adams pickup, we didn't really expect 12-4 still. Like that, he has been a huge part for them this year. He flew around the field all over the place. I think that I would prefer him more of in like a linebacker position and still get another safety that is a little bit better of a ball hawk. I mean, he literally doesn't have an interception in his career, but that's fine because he made big plays everywhere else. Like we
huge
saw that
plays
when he came down the line and was able to come around the corner against the Rams on like the 5-yard line and came from the other side and made that tackle to save the touchdown, and then we ended up holding him. Like that's the huge plays.
That was a game changer. Yeah,
literally.
That's what we brought him here to do. We brought him here to like disrupt on defense, not necessarily be that safety that everyone like, not like an Earl Thomas type, but he was going to come in here and be a playmaker. He was going to get sacks. He was going to get TFLs. He was going to be that guy just to cause disruption, because that's what we didn't have last year.
Definitely.
And now we've seen even Quandre Diggs has stepped up to be the ball hawk guy back there.
Yeah.
So it's like they balance each other out good.
Yeah.
And we even like we didn't have Jamal for a good portion this year either. Like how many games did he end up playing? Maybe 10. Maybe a little more than 10.
I can't remember.
But he was definitely out for a little bit. So but let's just pray like he's huge for this defense. So let's pray he's like good to go for Saturday, because I think this defense just changed so much once he came back healthy.
Yeah, it was like his AC joint, and who came on? Ryan Clark came on and talked about that. He was a safety for the Steelers for a long time, and he said that he's gotten a couple hits like that before, and it's really iffy to see if it was just a stinger or if it's like.
Well, because the hit itself didn't look like it was that bad. It just kind of just looked like
I think it was just it was extended in the right place to expose that AC joint, and he just got the helmet on it. So I really think it's just a stinger kind of thing.
Yeah, I think he probably just tweaked it a little bit. So hopefully he'll be good to go. And have you heard about what's wrong with Jaron Reed too?
No, and I didn't you couldn't tell when he was walking off the field. Like I couldn't tell if it was his foot, if it was his back, if it was his neck. Like he was walking super funny and like limped in 12 different spots. So I don't know.
You couldn't tell at all.
But he came back in the game, didn't he? Didn't he come back in the game?
Did he?
I thought he came back in. I can't
Maybe.
remember exactly though.
But he's another guy like we definitely like would need for Saturday. But
Yeah.
the offensive line, Pete came out today saying the offensive line's at full strength, so that's really good.
Yeah, that's huge.
Because they've been banged up and they definitely struggled. I mean, San Fran has a great D line, even like with all their guys out like Bosa, they still have guys down there, and their D coordinator is really good. So that's the thing. I've seen people just freak out about the offense right now, but I saw we played like the 5th, the 3rd, and like the 10th like best defense the last like 3 weeks. So like you just need to calm down. Like it's gonna be okay. Like this is how like we were meant to win games. It's not we're not supposed to like be like shooting out teams. Like the type of football we want to play are games where we're going into halftime 10-6, like and win them like 20-16.
Yeah, and that's what we talked about at the beginning of the season when we were still doing our podcast. That's what we talked about a little bit. Was it kind of was almost like giving people false hope how much our offense was going off, like how many points we were scoring and all that kind of stuff. That's not really like what we do much. Like we should be a defensive team. That's what we've always based ourselves on, and like that's what we've been showing. I think they said in the last month we've been like statistically one of the top 5 defenses.
We've been like the top defense. Yeah, like in points per game and total yards allowed, we've been the top defense.
Yeah, I mean it's big. Our defense has been big time, and like granted, we talked about it a little bit. I know we've talked back and forth, and I've definitely talked to some people that like Russ hasn't been amazing lately, but also we got to take it for a grain of salt because he was amazing at the beginning.
I was about to say that. Yeah, it's
so the standards I think got brought up a little bit too high for a guy. I think he's missed a couple passes that he usually typically doesn't miss.
Yeah,
that wide open bomb to Tyler Lockett this week that he threw in the corner of the end zone instead of just keep leading him.
Yep,
that was a little bit uncharacteristic for him, especially early season Russ, but. Like we've seen time and time again, he steps up and makes the play when we need it. Like that
exactly.
Kind of 8-away, 4th down, back corner touchdown. Like that's when we need it. So I'm hoping that playoffs come around and all of a sudden here comes playoff Russ.
Yep.
Even though we don't get no playoff P. We don't want playoff P. We want playoff Russ.
Well, even the Rams game too. Like he struggled that game as well.
Yeah.
And we saw him up 3. Up 3 or up 4 or something. Up 3, needing a touchdown to just ice the game. He got that for us.
Yeah, that was
so. No matter what struggles he's going to have, he's going to give you like something to end the game. Besides like the Giants game, we don't really want to talk about that one. But I think the Giants game was honestly a game that we needed to lose. Like that's like, I know that's kind of like a stupid like saying, but I think it really like upped it like kind of like upped the, I don't know, you know what I'm saying? The urgency.
Kind of got pumped up.
Yep.
And you saw. And some of the announcers, I think Vilma was doing our game, Jonathan Vilma. He kind of noticed that when Russ threw that 4th down touchdown, that back foot one that we were talking about, he just got pumped. Like he was going off, and you don't usually see that a lot from Russ. He's usually pretty calm and collected, but I mean he knows that was a big play, and maybe he knows deep down that he's like, all right, here we go. Like I'm back, I'm feeling it, we're feeling it. I would love to see the run game still a little bit more. I know that Carson got stuffed on a couple plays, but like you can't just go to it twice and expect him to bust.
And actually, I really like the way Rashad Penny has looked when he's in.
Yeah, he has not been bad at all. And like we've talked about before, I would love to see Russ pull the ball a little bit more. Let's do some read options and pull the ball, get back to a little bit more of our RPOs so that the defense really does have to have Russ be a threat. I feel like they're sitting back so much more now and taking away DK.
Yep.
And we saw that they doubled DK almost the whole game, and that's why Lockett broke out so much. So being able to bring a linebacker up, have them roll up, have a safety roll up every once in a while, all that kind of stuff, because Russ is a threat running, and because we're running the ball more, I think opens up everything.
Yeah. I think it's huge to get Penny back for sure, and like because we need to get the run game going. We saw that on Sunday. The 49ers shut down the run game, and then that also shut down our passing cast game at the same time.
Yeah, and I think Carlos Hyde has been phenomenal this year, and he was out with like a stomach flu or something like that this week. So
hopefully we'll have him back too.
We get him back for the playoffs,
and then I'm reading that it's going to be a long shot for Jared Goff to play on Saturday.
That's great.
So
because Wolford, his first pass was directly to the Cardinals. Like it wasn't even a good pass.
No, the Rams with Jared Goff scared me. The Rams without Jared Goff still kind of scares me.
Because they're still the Rams.
They're still the Rams. McVay has had our number in the past, so
And
That
Donald is always scary on
always,
defense.
their defense is scary. Like I'm scared
Yeah.
of defense, and Goff looked awful when he played us last, but he still scares me because
Yeah.
he's still a talented quarterback. Like he can make throws, and
Yeah, and the odds of him being bad twice in a row usually is
I
pretty
know.
low.
Yeah.
So I that was the one I was hoping. I really was hoping to grab the Rams because I don't want to see the. I really don't actually want to see the Bears first round because their defense is pretty tough, and
Yeah.
you never know if Trubisky's going to get hot or not. And Montgomery's hot, as you saw in our championship round for fantasy, just went off against me. Love it. And then you definitely don't want to see Tampa Bay. Like I'm
No.
not trying to see them first
I'm
round.
not,
So
at all.
I think actually grabbing the 3 seed was kind of a best case scenario for us, honestly. Oh, other than the 1st seed, obviously, and getting that pie. But
It would have been nice to get the 2 seed just because that would have guaranteed a home game in the second round. But
oh,
we've
look
seen,
I have a comment. It happens to come from my brother, but he said that Blake Bortles is expected to start for the Rams and is currently on the
Really?
practice squad.
oh,
Now we take that with a grain of salt because Cameron is a big fan of Blake Bortles, just in general.
who is a fan of Blake Bortles? Who?
The
Who?
the Barstool Sports people, and because he watches that, he then becomes a big fan of him.
They love Blake Bortles.
They love Blake Bortles. I don't know why. I'm gonna look it up on my phone right now to make sure that this is actually true. But continue. Sorry to cut you off. Continue.
Interesting. I kind of lost my train of thought, but when's the last time Blake Bortles has seen a snap?
A long time
A
ago.
long time ago.
It says he's a quarterback for the Rams.
No, I knew he's been on the Rams. He was their backup last year. I just didn't realize he was still in the practice squad.
Right. Yeah. Rams current backup. So his insurance, the Rams are signing Blake Bortles off the practice squad. And they bring him back for their playoff hopes.
Really? For their playoff
so-
hopes.
So that could be interesting.
He's
I
going
thought
to
he
look
was actually
awful.
pretty decent with the
He's
Jaguars.
going to look awful.
He's gonna be better than.
He was not decent. He was decent for the AFC Championship run they had.
He's gonna be better than.
But other than that, he's been awful.
That's true. But
But at least like the other guys had like a little bit of game experience last week. Like when's the last time Bortles has played in a game?
That is true. I have no clue. I'm actually gonna look that up right now. But I think, like I said, I think that was possibly the best draw that we could have gotten in general. Just because I don't want to see those other 2 teams right now. And then we got to go through the Saints, which Drew Brees is still kind of beat up, but Alvin Kamara is just going off, and he has a week of rest now too, because he didn't
Yeah.
play this week. But maybe he has COVID symptoms, and that doesn't. I don't know. But
One could hope. Except
We
their
shall
whole
see.
running back group was out on Sunday, and they still put up what was it, like 40 points?
yeah, that's what scares me.
Yeah.
And Michael Thomas comes back for him, so I don't know. I do
But-
not know.
Drew Brees doesn't really scare me right now. It's just that I
No,
don't know.
and their defense is always pretty tough, but I don't know. It'll be interesting.
We'll
to
see. I mean, they're not gonna
how
have
this
any
goes.
fans in the dome, so that
does
always
help us.
helps. That
That does
helps.
help us.
I think one thing we really saw this year is that the fans really do make a difference because we saw
Big
so many
time.
road teams win this year, when
Yes.
in situations they probably wouldn't have in a normal year.
Like seriously, I think that the Las Vegas Raiders make the playoffs this year if they have fans in their stands.
You
Like
think so?
the first year of being in Vegas, that's gonna be crazy there. And like they were in the hunt for the longest time.
They
and
also
were-
blew like 3 different leads.
Yeah, and I don't know
Yeah.
if that happens with those fans in the stands. But I did. If you don't track it, Josh Jacobs was arrested today for a DUI involved in a crash at the McCarran Airport right when they got back. So that would have blown their playoff chances anyways, I guess. So
I guess so. I mean, he probably wouldn't have done that if they were making the playoffs, though. Probably just
that's true.
went
That's
off
very true.
went off and celebrated after his. That was a crazy ending. Did you watch the ending? That was
Yeah.
nuts.
That was nuts. Yeah, they've had some pretty crazy games like that this year too.
Cam asked, "Can anyone in the NFC go on the road to Green Bay and win this year?" See, now that is a home field advantage. You know why? It's going to be
Because it's cold.
blizzard, negative 10 degrees at Lambeau in the playoffs.
It's cold,
Yeah.
and probably the only team that would feel comfortable going there and doing that would be like a
Yeah.
Chicago,
Yep.
because
So-
it's very much the same. But I don't see a Chicago team skill level competing and getting
Yeah.
to that point.
So before we're going to get there, we're going to get to our playoff predictions. Did you make your
I did.
full bracket? Okay.
Yeah.
But first, I want to go back a little bit. So I'm gonna pull up. I'll pull up the final standings because back in September, we made our full predictions of like who would make the playoffs and like most of the divisions we made the like final standings, so like 1 through 4.
Right.
Yeah. How do you think you did? Do you
Dude, I
remember
don't
what you
even-
did?
I don't even exactly remember, but I
Mm.
do feel like I remember going through this year and feeling pretty confident in what I thought was going to happen in games. So I feel like I'm like around like if I had a grade for it, probably like a B minus or like
Okay.
a solid B for my predictions.
I say you're around that. Okay, so we both had the Bills winning the East.
Yeah,
That's right. Then we both had the Patriots coming second and getting a wild card.
Oh man, we believed in Cam.
We believed in
much.
Cam too much. And then how many pass? Yeah, and then he ended up throwing for what? How many passing touchdowns? Like 8,
8. Yeah, I think that was
something
about
like
it.
that.
Oh man.
Yeah. And then we had we're not expecting, like I said, I actually watched that podcast earlier today. I said that the Dolphins would start to come around at the end of the year.
I think we both kind of, and you
Yeah.
definitely are more on the boat of it of Tua doing a little bit, but I didn't expect that much from Tua even when he got in, and I didn't expect it to be that early too.
Well,
and him to play that well.
It was that defense that really carried that team.
And Miles Gaskin was a horse for him.
He
this
was a
year when he was
horse, yep.
healthy, and then Ahmed came in and like
Ahmed.
was actually a horse for him too.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that's so weird that it's pronounced Ahmed. There's
Ahmed.
no even
I know.
P and
Yeah.
whatever.
But yeah, no, it's nice to see a couple dogs get their time to shine in Miami for sure. Woof 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 woof.
So we were a little off in that one.
Well, but we both had the Jets finishing in last. That was
Alright,
that,
look
that
at
was a
us.
really ballsy pick.
That was tough. It was close too.
So then the North, we both had the Ravens winning,
Okay.
but we had they both made the play. They made the playoffs. So, I mean that's kind of right.
If
I
I
don't know.
remember correctly, I think I said that the Steelers were going to be really bad.
You did say the Steelers were gonna be. You said Big Ben was gonna get benched halfway through the year.
Man, I was off on that one.
You were off on that one. Yep.
He did get benched this week, though, technically.
I said the Steelers were gonna make a wild card, so at least I was a little more up on them than you were.
Yeah.
Because
But I had the Browns taking a number
you had
two
the
spot.
Browns finishing ahead of the Steelers.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I had the Browns coming in third, but not making the wild card.
Okay.
And then we had the Bengals in last.
Which was right.
I think they could have made more noise down the stretch if they still had Joey Burrow.
Definitely. They would have made more noise, but
I think they could have
that-
like made a couple upsets down the road, and finished around like 6-10 instead of 11-1, whatever they were.
And that division was just tough this year, so.
Really tough division. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough next year too, because I only see the Browns getting better, and
Yes.
the Steelers might. We saw the Steelers get exposed this year.
I don't think they're.
Towards the
I
end of the
think they're going to
stretch.
be in trouble in the playoffs too.
Yeah,
so.
we'll get to that later. Yep.
Yep.
The South. You had the Titans winning. You did. Good job. I had the
King
Colts,
Henry.
and I had the Colts winning. But then we both had the opposite go to be a wild card. So I had the
So
Colts.
we were-
I had the Titans be a wild card. You had the Colts being a wild card. So we were
Nice.
both high on the South, except then you had the Texans as a wild card team.
Okay. Yeah. Well, they would have been like
They would have been. What do you mean? They were 4-12.
if they would have played better, they would have been.
You're right. If they would have played better, if they won some games, they would have been. You're right.
I like it. Go Dogs, Sydney. Go Dogs.
And then we had the Jags in last. I remember like our week 1 reactions. We were so high on the Jags. We were like, they actually like could be good because they beat the Colts.
Yeah, like and Minshew was Minshew mania for a little bit.
Can you
They were
imagine
playing
if
decent.
the Colts just like took care of the Jags in week 1, they could have like won the division.
They would have won it. Yep.
And the Jags would have gone 0-16 probably.
That's nuts.
That's crazy. The Jags lost 15 in a row.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
Rest in peace, Minshew Mania.
Yeah, here
20,
comes Trevor.
2019 to 2020.
Right?
It was fun while it lasted, Kook fans.
Not really.
Okay,
If it- we definitely had to have nailed the AFC West, right?
we did. Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We had the same predictions. We had Chiefs, Raiders, Chargers, Broncos.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we both said the Raiders were going to could possibly make some noise, and they did a little bit.
Yeah.
If
they're
if the other wildcard teams weren't as good as they were, then
Yeah.
the Raiders could have been closer for sure.
definitely. And Josh Jacobs was hurt for some of the year. Derek Carr was hurt for some of the year. Gruden made some really bad decisions and play calls and on, but It's whatever.
Yeah, I feel bad for the guy because like, I don't know. I like Gruden. I'm a Gruden fan
Should have done more XY Spider Bananas.
for sure. Okay, I didn't even realize the Chargers finished 7-9,
Yeah, they played actually pretty decent.
and they fired their coach today.
Yeah, gosh, he was awful.
He's pretty bad.
East,
Because
Who did I have
in the East, you're the Giants.
Okay, so I was close. They
I
took second.
I guess, yeah.
That's close. Did either one of us have the football team?
No,
I don't think so. They came out of nowhere.
I didn't. I watched a video. You didn't go through 1 through 4 in the East. You just said the Giants were going to win.
I think that's because I deep down knew they were all gonna be trash.
Yeah. And I had the Eagles winning, and you actually said Wentz was done.
Oh,
In it.
go me,
Yeah,
go me. That's what's up.
you had a feeling about that one.
I don't like Wentz, but whatever.
What I thought was so funny last night. Did you see how like all the Giants players were freaking out about the Eagles
Yeah.
benching Jalen Hurts? I'm just sitting here like, well, maybe don't be 6-10, and you don't have to worry about
Yeah, win a couple more games. You wouldn't
worry
even have
about
to
a 7-9 team taking your spot. Like,
right? I think Peterson just needs to come out and say, "Yeah, no, we tanked. Like,
yeah.
we
yeah.
tanked."
And I saw a clip of Jalen Hurts on sideline going, "This ain't right."
Yeah.
He was mad.
Well, he shouldn't be mad. He's gonna get a better offensive weapon probably for him.
True.
Yeah, but I don't know. The North. Did we both have the Packers?
No,
Oh man, what was I doing?
you had the Packers finishing third.
Okay, I think I thought Aaron Rodgers was done.
You had the Lions ahead of the Packers. You had the Lions as a wild card team.
Really?
Yeah, you were so high in the Lions.
I love Matt Stafford, dude.
I like Matt Stafford too, but I was never
They had-
like that
they had
high on him.
They had some pretty close games too that they could have edged out.
They could have, yeah. We also we both had the Bears in last.
Oof.
I don't know the Bears,
they're a
but they were.
wild
I mean, they were a last place team for most of the year. So,
Right. That's true.
um,
I think I had Tampa Bay going in the South, didn't I?
but you had the Vikings winning the North.
Oh, I did. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So you kind of screwed up on the North there. I had the Packers winning. I had the Vikings as a wild card.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, thank you, Yusuf. He had the Lions with me too.
There you go.
I thought they were gonna make a little bit of a splash.
Nope. Too bad Matt Patricia is a terrible head coach. So
That is true.
okay, South. You had the Bucks,
Okay, so decently close.
and I had the Saints.
Okay, and
But
then we
then-
just flipped.
We flipped, and both of them were wild cards.
That makes sense.
And we had Falcons, Panthers. I
Okay.
feel bad for the Falcons, man.
Yeah, I just don't know what it is.
They had a minus 18 point differential, and they were 4-12.
That's crazy.
Like that should be like a 500 team.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, feel bad for Matty Ice.
I think I went Seahawks, Cardinals, Rams, didn't I?
So you only gave me 1 through 2 in the last video.
Oh, okay.
So you gave me Hawks, Cardinals. You had Cardinals as a wild card team. I had Hawks winning, and then 49ers as a wild card team.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Which probably happens.
Probably
if they don't get all
happens
their
if they don't get all
injuries.
hurt. Yeah, that's the
Yeah,
thing.
I
They
mean-
were hit by so many key injuries.
That
Losing
was
losing Bosa and Jimmy G, even though I'm not really a huge Jimmy G guy anyway, because I think
Right.
he's not very good. But losing Bosa, they lost someone else on that D line too, didn't they?
Yeah, they're one of their tackles or something like that. But as bad as we think Jimmy G is, he's still a starting quarterback, and he's
Yeah.
still 10 times better than Mullins and Beathard combined. Like,
Hey, we take no CJ Beathard slander on this podcast.
no, we do. We do. He's 10 times better. It's just crazy.
So yeah, I mean we're both riding the Hawks though, so
Yeah. Oh,
you can see it wasn't all biasy.
keep it the faith.
We know what we're talking about here.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Okay. So yeah, I don't know. I think we did pretty good though. Like
I think we balled out a little
besides
bit. We had a
besides
couple-
you with the NFC North, it was pretty good. And then
couple of fumbles.
and the NFC East was just a toss up anyway because they're all
Yeah,
bad. They were all
That was
bad.
just
So,
garbage this year.
but I don't know. I think we were on the money for most of the part. So
Oh yeah.
okay, I think we can move on. Ready for some playoff predictions now?
Yes. Let's take a look at the bracket because I want to press my new button that lets me do this.
Press it. Whoa! Wow! That's
Press
so.
of a button, dude.
Wow!
Press of a button, and we have the bracket right there for us. And I'm still down here.
I5 Sports Spread 2021. We are getting fancy here.
We're getting fancy.
We're getting
dude.
fancy. Yeah. this is just a little sneak peek of what we got in store.
And I'm pretty sure that I made it correctly so that the all the names and stuff are the right way. Because at first I had it flipped. So
No,
if you're
you're
watching,
good. Yeah, no, it's good.
Just throw me a little comment saying either it's correct or they're backwards.
It's good. I just gotta zoom us out a little bit because
Also,
it's like it's cut off a little bit.
That was a little plug to see if I can get somebody to comment on the board too. I love this. But yeah, like as we can see, here's our playoff predictions, or not predictions. Here's the bracket for, I guess it would be the 2021 playoffs, or is this still technically counted as the 2020?
I don't know, 2020, 2021 playoffs.
There we go. That makes it.
Call that.
That's politically correct for us.
PC. We're PC here at the FS Sports Red.
Oh yeah,
Yep,
always.
Always.
But yeah, as you see, and if you don't know the change this year, there were 7 teams taken from each side, from each conference. So the number ones get that playoff, the bye. I don't know why they didn't just automatically put the Chiefs and the Packers over into that second round, but
I know.
as you can tell, they have no opponent, so obviously they win that one.
Yep. Cam asked, will 2 weeks off in a row have a negative impact on Mahomes? I was going to talk about this later, so we'll get to that.
Good.
Okay. So you want to start with AFC?
Sure, let's do it.
Yep. So we both like the Bills, right?
Oh, for sure.
Yep, I like the Bills. So Bills over Colts, and then I got Steelers over Browns.
I think I'm going Browns.
You're going Browns?
I haven't been super impressed with the Steelers. And kind of going off of that Mahomes thing, I don't think that's actually going to help a lot of the Steelers starters by getting a rest, because they weren't clicking on super all cylinders, I would say. I think I would have played Big Ben and let him get back in a rhythm a little bit too, but I don't think they're as good. They've been exposed, like we've talked about. They haven't been as good in the second half of the season, and the Browns are clicking right now. They're hot going into the playoffs.
Here's the thing.
Sometimes that's all it takes.
I was close to picking the Browns, but they barely beat the Steelers with Mason Rudolph at quarterback, and most of their defensive starters like sitting. So that's what kind of steered me towards the Steelers still, because I think the Steelers are a better team than the Browns, and the Browns have been kind of inconsistent all year anyway.
Yeah, I can
so I don't think the Browns are there yet. I think they will be. So I'm gonna go Steelers for now.
Okay.
But I could definitely see the Browns winning. So that was a close one for me.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a close game.
Yeah, definitely.
Titans Ravens. I'm all in on the Ravens.
I'm going Titans.
You're going Titans. I think the Ravens are clicking at the right time. Since Lamar got off the COVID list, he's been like easily one of the best quarterbacks in the league.
That's true. And they're hot. They're rolling in hot to the playoffs. They're hot about last year. They ended up losing to the Titans last year in the playoffs, so I think that they're bound for some redemption. You're right. Lamar has been really, really good, especially in the red zone. He has no interceptions in his whole career in the red zone. Like, I did not know that. And
That's
he has
crazy.
24 passing touchdowns or something like that. So in their running game, Jacob Dobbins is looking good and everything, but I just really think it's going to come down again. I think Tannehill is managing a good game back there. He's not amazing, but they have some good receivers, and I just still don't think that they're going to stop Derrick Henry.
I think the Ravens are going to handle him easily. I'm not really big on the Titans. Like they got Derrick Henry, but the rest of it, their defense is really bad. I think the Ravens are going to run all over the Titans. And I think
the first half is going to tell a story. I think if Derrick Henry is able to go off and rumble and put them in the driver's seat, and the Ravens have to play catch up, it's not going to be as big.
Problem.
They can't run as much.
For sure. Yep.
We'll see.
So then, based on that, then for me, the Ravens will go on to play the Chiefs.
Yeah. So I don't know why they put it. It's kind of I didn't even check that out before I did it, but they'll reseed obviously. So yeah.
So the Ravens will go on and play the Chiefs. You'll have the Browns playing.
I'll have the Browns
Chiefs,
playing the Chiefs. Yeah.
And you'll have the Titans playing the Bills.
Bills. Yeah.
Yep. So I have the Chiefs. I was really wanting I almost picked the Ravens over the Chiefs. Because Cam, I thought about that. Because the Chiefs are going to be 2 weeks, 2 weeks off with their starters not playing. That's a long time without game action. And the Ravens are going to be really, really hot. They're one of the most scolding hot teams in the league, and they're going to be mad about. They're still going to be mad about last year how they should have been the ones playing the Chiefs in the AFC Championship until the Titans said it. So they're going to be mad about last year. Going to take care of the Titans. They're going to give the Chiefs a run for their money, but I still got the Chiefs winning that guy.
Okay. And then you want to just do your other ones since they're different for us.
Yeah, I got the Bills beating the Steelers.
Okay, and I think that's pretty. I think the Bills are
I think the
good.
Bills are going to kill the Steelers.
So then I'm gonna have Chiefs and Browns, and I think that the Chiefs win easily, basically.
Yep.
I think Mahomes is gonna be totally fine with the break. I think it comes down to the fact that Mahomes is just, and it's kind of a stereotypical thing, but he's younger, so he doesn't really like. It's not like his body actually needs the rest. He's just not getting hurt while he's out there, kind of thing. I think he's gonna come back and be totally fine.
Mm-hmm.
Tyreek Hill's gonna run all over him. I think Edwards Hilaire has a better game with him. And Le'Veon, Le'Veon's good. Like, I know that a lot of people kind of dog on him, but I think
he's got
really
he's got some stuff left in the tank for sure.
And he's really good in that Chiefs offense.
Yep.
There's just so much firepower in it. It doesn't get stopped. I think that's an easy game for them. And then that would leave me with the Titans and the Bills, and we're both on the train of I think the Bills are just really good right now.
They're really good right now. So that brings I'm so excited for this game if it happens. If we get Chiefs Bills, did they play in the regular season?
I don't remember.
Why do I feel like they did? They did.
I feel
so. It was at the beginning. It was at the beginning of the year. The Chiefs won 26-17. So that was when I remember this game now. So that was when Josh Allen was kind of struggling a little bit. The offense was kind of like it's because they got killed. They got destroyed by the Titans the week before, 42-16. But this is a different team.
Oh, by far.
Since they really got going when they played the Seahawks. Since then, they put up a point total of 44, 30, 27, 34, 26, 48, 38, 56.
Yeah, and not to mention, like, we know what their offense is doing, and Stefon Diggs is going crazy for them right now.
Yep.
And Cole Beasley is so underrated. Like, he is basically their Tyler Lockett right now. Like, first downs for sure. He's grabbing extra yardage all the time. But their defense is killer. Their defense is hard as nails. I thought I remember seeing that. Is it Poyer? Jordan Poyer? They're one of their defensive backs.
The safety. Yep.
Yeah, I think he went out last game, and I don't remember if he returned. So that would be a big, a nice little blow for them if he's not able to return. But I just think that they are hot right now. Their defense is solid. Their offense is solid. They have good special teams. I know that comes into play sometimes in the playoffs.
Yep.
And supposedly, from what I hear, the Bills Mafia is going to be at limited capacity, but is still going to be in the stands. So all the way through until they go and see the Chiefs, like, it's Bills. There's going to be people jumping through tables and coming off RVs lit on fire. Like, that's going to be a tough place.
Dude, bucket list item for me. I'm trying to jump through a table at a Bills game.
Oh. I'll throw you through it.
Okay, bet.
There we go. Perfect.
All right,
check.
Sweet. Okay, so yeah, but I'm excited for this game if it happens because this is a completely different Bills team than we saw when they played the Chiefs earlier.
Yeah.
But as much as I wanted to pick the Bills, I'm still riding the Chiefs.
Okay, and I'm gonna go opposite.
You're gonna go Bills
opposite this whole way.
Good.
I'm gonna go Bills.
You're gonna Bills
for the simple fact of I've seen the Chiefs defense struggle this year, and people find holes in it, and sometimes their communication isn't great, and they let up points on that stuff. Where the Bills defense has been pretty rock solid the whole year, and so I think that they're able to just hold Mahomes down just enough to let their offense. It's going to be the classic game of who scores more points. That's it.
That's a really good pick because I was I was like this close away from picking the Bills, but the Chiefs were my pick coming into the regular season to win it all.
Ooh.
I gotta ride it. I gotta keep riding it. You picked picked the Ravens to win the AFC.
I did.
So yep.
Okay, so if they win the AFC, then I'm half right.
I guess so.
Sweet. I've got my bases covered then.
Whatever. Okay. But yeah, I gotta ride the Chiefs. I think they're too good all around of a team.
Yeah.
But if anyone is gonna beat them, I think it would be the Bills. The Ravens are going to give them like a run for money, but I'm still pretty confident the Chiefs are going to win. But the Bills are so hot right now, and Josh Allen is making a case to be an MVP, if not this year, in the coming years for sure.
Yep, I guarantee he grabs one in the next couple of years, at least one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so you got Chiefs, or no, I got Chiefs. You got Bills.
Yep.
Okay. NFC.
So first matchup would be the Saints and Bears. I think Saints.
Yeah.
Like I talked about, the Bears do get kind of scary in some aspects.
Bears
Trubisky
are
gets
scary.
hot, defense is good. Khalil Mack makes big plays, but I think the Saints are they're fairly well clicking. We talked about how they had no running back core and still put up 40+ points. Alvin Kamara comes back. Drew Brees goes into playoffs. I think it's an easy game for him.
Yeah, I think there's a scenario where the Bears do win, just because the Saints are just so like, I don't know, beat up, and Drew Brees isn't the same like I was saying earlier. But I think the Saints all around are the better team. I think Trubisky will crap his pants in a playoff game like he usually does. So I'm going Saints.
Yeah. Thanks, JB.
Yeah, I saw that. Yep. Really good analysis, JB.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. No, I said that. So
Oh, did
you're
you say
telling
that?
me. I did. I meant it in the way of like, it's truly going to be like, I don't think the defense.
It's gonna be a shootout. Yep.
Yeah, it's going to be a straight up shootout. So I'll rephrase that. Thank you, JB.
The key to this game is score more points than the other team.
Yeah. All right, guys, let's go score more points than them. Whatever.
Okay.
Seahawks Rams.
Hawks, baby.
That's obvious.
Hawks, come on.
We've talked about it. I think it's going to be a good game for him, anyways. Not a biased thing. I think the Hawks win for sure. But
It's gonna be like 20-10 or something though. It's gonna be the same. I think it's gonna be the same kind of like game as we saw 2 weeks ago.
I think so too.
Yep.
I hope it's not. I
hope
hope that
it's
we're
not.
completely wrong and the
Yeah.
offense just clicks and goes crazy, because then they can make a run through the whole playoffs. But I agree with you.
Yep. And then I got Bucks over
Definitely.
the football team.
I think the football team will make it interesting at the beginning, and then
I
Tom will
think-
take over and just run away with it.
I do. Yeah, I think that too. I think, especially with Alex Smith at quarterback, I think this team is actually pretty good.
Yeah, and they have a young but really talented defensive front, and they talked about it all year. Chase Young makes some big plays there, so
Mhm.
I think they can disrupt Tom for a little bit, but I think it'll be the classic case of like going in at halftime and they're like, why are we still in a game? They make some adjustments, be able to double team some guys, read pass coverages a little bit better, and just take off in the second half.
All right, so we're on the same page with that. So that means that we're going to
Yeah.
put the Bucks against the Packers and the Seahawks against the Saints.
Yep,
I got the Packers beating the Bucks.
I'm with you on that one too.
Switching up your NFC pick now too.
I am.
Yeah, the Packers are way better. Like, even though I picked them to win the North, I think they're way better than I ever thought they were going to be.
I agree. Yeah.
I did think Aaron Rodgers was going to have a comeback season, and he definitely did, and then some. And you were kind of like down on Aaron Rodgers coming into the year.
I was skeptical about it, and I thought he was going to go more of the other way. I think I remember both of us talking about, though, it was one of two ways. He was either going to have an absolute freaking tear of a season because he was mad, or he was going to hate the Green Bay Packers and just not care the whole season. And I went more that way, and obviously he went more the other way.
Yeah, he did.
But I think it's a classic case here of the Buccaneers defense is just not good enough to be able to allow them to stay in a shootout. And Green Bay's defense is, I think, just good enough to make some stops here and there and all that stuff. So when the Buccaneers don't stop the Packers at all, it puts them in the driver's seat and they just never look back.
I agree. Yeah, I think the Bucks, like, they're clicking at the right time for sure. But in Lambeau, probably going to be snow. Brady specifically picked Tampa Bay to get out cold weather.
Yeah.
He hasn't had to play in it all year pretty much.
Yep. That hurts.
I think it's definitely Packers. I think Aaron Rodgers is just so scolding hot, and he actually got to play in Week 17, so he's not going to be that rusty.
Right. Yep.
So I think this is the Packers' year to make a run at this.
Definitely.
And then I got the Seahawks beating the Saints.
I have to too. Like,
Yep.
you can't go against them.
I do.
I can't go against them yet.
I'm still
But-
on the train of like Drew Brees is not scaring me as much, and
No.
our defense is clicking the right time. And our run defense. That's the thing. Our run defense has been good all year. That's the one thing that's been stable.
That is very
So
true.
if we can keep that going and keep Kamara, what is it?
Yeah.
Kamara.
I think it's Kamara.
If
Yeah.
we keep him like to a minimum like below 100 yards, I think this is
Yeah.
our game.
And Jamal Adams is a huge part in that,
Yep.
being able to let him roll up the whole time as long as he's healthy and all that kind of stuff. And like you said, Drew Brees isn't as scary right now, so making him throw it a little bit more could work in our favor in that matchup. And I think Russ does catch the spark this week. I think all of a sudden playoffs comes around, he catches a little bit of spark. Sierra's not dragging him to New York for New Year's Eve stuff. Or I think they were in LA. Sorry, she was in the LA one.
I didn't even
But-
hear about that.
I think yeah, she was on New Year's Eve, and I was like, obviously he's with her.
Yeah.
But it's whatever. I think they catch a spark and they're able to. It's gonna be a close one. It's gonna be a good game, but I think they're able to edge out.
I agree. So then we got Packers and Seahawks. I got the Packers.
Yep.
I hate to do it because I feel like there's been so many years where we just our playoff hopes and in Green Bay.
Yeah,
and
it's
I hate picking that.
But it's just another year of I don't think we can stop Aaron Rodgers. At least enough. Like we'll make some stops. We might make some plays. We might make a couple turnovers here and there and all that stuff. But like we're gonna give the ball back. We're gonna turn the ball over too.
Yep.
And then I just don't think we're gonna be able to stop them enough.
The good thing is we're right there, and I think next year we can definitely make. We're making it around this year because I can see us beating the Packers. That's not an unwinnable game.
Right.
But this is another year. It's one more like stepping stone to like putting together another Super Bowl run. I feel like.
Oh, for sure.
I'll have a couple more pieces on defense. We'll be getting Darrell Taylor back, our second round pick last year.
Yeah, and look at what Alden Robinson has done.
Alden Robinson's stepping up in a huge way. Benson Manoa,
Manoia, something like that. I don't know.
He's stepping up in a big way. Hopefully, bring him back. Jordan Brooks has been phenomenal. He looks like a great first round pick. KJ Wright has been. We were thinking about cutting KJ Wright at the beginning of the year, and he's stepped up in a huge way. So
I don't know if we bring him back, but like we'll talked about, Jordan Brooks is going to fill in just fine.
Yep. But either way, I think this is a big stepping stone year to next year to make one more Super Bowl run. But right now, I think the Packers overall are just a way better team. Aaron Rodgers is playing better than Russell Wilson right now.
Oh yeah.
As much as I hate to say it, it's just true.
And Aaron Jones is running all over people.
Yep. They have like a 3-headed like running back committee now with AJ Dillon and Jamal Williams. They're all getting carries and they're all playing great.
And then it's Davante Adams is a phenom. Like it's gonna be hard to stop him. It's gonna be interesting to see him and DK go up against each other. And nobody's really come out with a true game plan to stop Davante Adams yet. So it'll be really interesting.
Yep. Okay. So then Super Bowl, I got Packers and Chiefs, and I got Chiefs winning.
Okay. And I'm gonna go with Bills. So I think
Bills riding the Bills all the way, baby.
We're AFC strong. Yeah. Yep. I think that the Bills defense is just tough. And so I think that Aaron Rodgers is gonna have a little bit of a hard time with that. Get frustrated early in the game, and I think that. The only thing that scares me with the Bills is I don't think that their run game is as good as it should be to be able to make a real good run at it. Devin Singletary and Zach Moss back there are average and decent, a little bit above average probably. But if they had somebody like Aaron Jones in their backfield, it would be a no-brainer for me. Mm-hmm. But I just think I'm gonna like either way. I think that the Bills are just gonna go for it. I think they're a better, well-rounded team. The Packers still give me a little bit of nervous vibes on the defensive side of things.
I think the Bills are right there. I think people are just saying how the Chiefs are going to build this whole dynasty, but I think the Bills showed us this year that's not going to be the case.
Yeah,
they're always going to be on that tail, and I think they're eventually just going to get one over the Chiefs. But this year, not the year. I think Mahomes gets at least one more this year.
Okay,
and then we'll see how many players they can keep heading into next year. But for now, it's the Chiefs' world. And they're going to take care of the Packers.
I'm hoping that this is the year that they get dethroned. But I'm right there with you that it very easily could be another year for them. But I think that if it is, this is it. Like, I think that all these other teams make more strides, that it's no longer the Chiefs' world. Like, yeah, they're still going to be a top-tier team and probably 1 or 2, maybe 3 if they drop that far. But I think it no longer becomes that dynasty of Tom Brady in those 6 years with the Patriots where it was just like, well, obviously they're there. Like, it's going to be tough for them.
Yep. I agree.
We shall see. We shall see.
All right, guys. Well,
bam, click the button. Love it.
Love it. Pumped. That's about it for today. It was good being back.
Yes, we're back.
We're gonna try to get going every Monday now. Anywhere from like this time to 8:00, but we'll be sure to let you guys know on our socials when we go live. And this always is posted to the YouTube channel after too. So you can rewatch.
So if you weren't able to, if you are not with us live right now, we thank you. If you're watching this on like a Friday or a Tuesday or a Wednesday or whatever, thank you for coming to our channel. Make sure you like, subscribe, get all that good stuff going on.
If you want to drop your Super Bowl predictions down below,
we
want to hear them.
Yeah, because you can comment throughout the whole week, and then next Monday we can kind of run down those real quick at the beginning.
We can.
And say what's up to some people.
Yep. No. Yep. Make sure to follow us on Instagram, Twitter, all that. We'll interact with you guys and stuff on there. Mitch, you want to sign us out, baby?
Yeah, for sure. We want to thank you for once again. The corridor is back open. It's been closed for a little while, about a 2-month hiatus, doing some construction. It's like around the Tacoma Dome going on. Lots of construction, but you hopped in your car. You joined us for this ride, and we just want to thank you for taking this exit with us this week. And we'll see you on the road again next week.